So we have Dr. Detlef Hühnlein with us. He's director of the go.eIDAS Association and is now talking about the European Business Wallet, which you already mentioned, Detlef, and I would say stage is yours. Happy to have you here.
Excellent. Yeah, I have different hats. I'm CEO and founder of a small company which is working in the eIDAS domain. I represent Teletrust at the ESI. I support the ARF colleagues at the Commission, and today I'm representing the go.eIDAS Association, which has been established in 2018 to push forward the eIDAS regulation, and we also push forward or try to push forward the implementation of the wallet, and especially we are focusing on the European Business Wallet. So I assume that I do not need to introduce much with respect to the European Digital Identity Wallet, and we can make it short. Until Christmas next year, we all expect all over Europe European digital identity wallets. So this is, I think, well on its way. And you all know the ARF with, the iconic figures with the wallet unit here in the middle of the ecosystem, which the different providers. We have the relying parties on the right-hand side, which will get access certificates at least, and probably in some member states, in addition to this, registration certificates. And we got the more focused, the wallet instance, which talks either locally or remote to some wallet secure cryptographic application, WSCA, and device. I assume that you are well aware of this, but you might not fully be aware of what happened in January. On the 29th of January, Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, she announced something, really amazing. She announced that there will be a kind of business companion to the European Digital Identity Wallet. This European Digital Identity Wallet is, it could be implemented in different ways, but the ARF and everybody is focusing on a smartphone-based solution, and the European Business Wallet will be probably something which will live in a server-based environment. So we have, before we look into the European Business Wallet and its technical architecture and use cases, a very important aspect is the PID for legal persons. So this legal person identities is something which needs to be which deserves a closer look. We have the claims for natural persons. These are specified in the Implementing Act 2024-2977 in the annex, and we've got the same for legal persons. But if you look into the details, you will find that it's not possible currently to implement really something interoperable for legal persons, simply because the claim name has a white space. It's not an underscore. It's simply, it was probably the time was too small to take care about the legal person, so it's not, when you look into the annex, you will find it's not possible to implement it technically. So there needs to be something which needs to be changed. Not only for the claim names, but I assume that we will need some new regulation for this. We have the person identification data. The PID is for natural and legal persons. We have an electronic identification scheme, which is also for legal persons and natural persons. But we have the problem that Article 5a, paragraph 11 states this shall become from an electronic identification scheme with lower high, which means that also, if we do not change anything, also the legal person identity will be on lower high, which is probably not not sensible in many use cases for which the business use cases would be fine with substantial. So we need to look what is happening. Maybe we can, maybe there will be a new regulation which also allows substantial, probably. It's not, it's open currently. We've got the secure electronic notification system, which is specified in a technical specification by the produced by the European Commission. It's for notifying providers to the European Commission. The member states down here will use an API or a web interface to notify their providers, and the European Commission will issue trusted lists on the left-hand side. And this, for this purpose, there has been a data model constructed, which has the different providers, but which also has a kind of abstraction, which is a legal entity, which could be a natural person or a legal person. And the important aspect is here that this data model, which is used for the notification system, this data model can be used in a very straightforward manner for the legal pit. So we've got this legal entity, which could be a natural person or legal person. And if we look at forthcoming directives for the European company certificate 2025/25, it's a directive which needs to be implemented all over Europe, and it provides the EU company certificate and digital power of attorney. And so this could serve as starting point for the definition of the LPIT. I know that in EWC, and there has been work on this already, and I think this is more or less an additional step forward, which could be picked up in Rebuild, for example, in aptitude, of course, as well. So the question is, what kind of credential format do we have for the LPIT? There could be different credential formats, and even the LPIT could be simply be issued in form of a X509 certificate, which would allow to issue additional credentials on this basis. So this needs to be decided by, or discussed, and then decided by the member states together with the Commission, what the LPIT would be on a technical level, what credential formats it should have. So it's the JSON world on the left-hand side. The legal person attribute is simply the one from the UML diagram with a straightforward serialization. And the important point is that there is also a mapping to the X509 and ETSI world. I don't want to go into details, but it's just not that from a technical point of view, the LPIT is rather straightforward. And so it's only a matter of political endorsement as far as I see it. So the European Business Wallet It could be, it's living on a server-based system. Typically, it will be able to act as wallet relying party and talk to the wallet. That's in this B2C. It will have appropriate protocols to request credentials, maybe using OID for VCI. It could serve as for use cases which have a contact with the e-government world. It could talk to other e-government wallets. It could, of course, talk to other EU business wallets. It could talk to machines like for the Data Act and or for the digital product passport. And of course, it could be used by employees which have similar interfaces. So the EU business wallet could be, the set of use cases could be very, very broad. We started to collect those use cases and came up with a rather rich set of use cases already. We think that the EU business wallet will play a major role in data spaces for the access to data according to the Data Act. It could use to create secure processing and data processing environments according to the Digital Governance Act. It could be used for access to account according to PSD2, for know your customer processes and for creating a bank account, for example, for product registration, which require the use of qualified electronic seals. Digital product passport, I already mentioned it. Diverse logistic processes for the consignment nodes, for the freight transport information system, for the European for ships in the European single window environment, for electronic invoicing. Electronic contracts is rather interesting. We have the e-commerce directive from 2000, which is which only defines the very basic means here. And it's currently discussed whether there should be an update for the contracting rules in Europe, together with the way how companies can be established. This is currently discussed in related to the 28th regime. We've got many electronic reporting requirements, e-justice, e-government. There are many more use cases which are not completely regulated on a European level. And so this is only a first set of possible use cases. And I think the list of use cases is much broader. I don't want to go into those details, but only pick out one example use case for the use of the EU business wallet in data spaces. We have this, the control plane, we have the data space protocol, which is about to be normalized by ISO, and we have this companion protocol created by Microsoft, which does not use eIDAS-based credentials, but SSI, self-sovereign identities, and which is probably also not, from a technical point of view, not really optimal. So what we did recently is to come up with a standard-based approach, which simply uses the OAuth framework. So it's much simpler, and it's possible to use the wallet relying party access certificates for this purpose and additional credentials. The paper has been published in May, And I don't think we can go into details here, but there is an additional paper which explains the details which will appear in August. If you are interested in this topic, please reach out to me or to the go.eIDAS Association. I'm happy to discuss the details, which are probably beyond our reach here. A use case which is closely related is the European health data space, which involves business to business, but also business to consumer information. So I would thank you for the hint, Esther. I think we are already running a little bit out of time. Therefore, I would like to summarize and conclude. And I'm very sure that the European Business Wallet will really be a substantial game changer for the simplification of doing business in Europe, and also for the simplification of establishing a company. This is something we are working on, and we would like to invite you to join us on this interesting journey and contribute to the EU Business Wallet initiative. Simply go to GitHub and GitHub EU Business Wallet. Let us know if you would like to join. Please send your a short email, and I would be happy to work together with you on shaping the EU Business Wallet. Thank you very much.
Vielen Dank. Thank you, Detlef.